The Chicago Bears are preparing for a pivotal season, and while most of the attention is on Caleb Williams and the revamped offense, there's a glaring need on the defensive side of the ball that can't be ignored. Despite the recent signing of Dayo Odeyingbo to pair with Montez Sweat on the edge, the Bears' defensive end rotation lacks proven depth. One veteran player still available in free agency could be the missing piece, Zadarius Smith. Smith, a three-time Pro Bowler, is no stranger to NFC North fans. Having already played for the Packers, Vikings, and Lions, a move to the Bears would complete the divisional tour. But more importantly, Smith brings elite pass-rushing ability and veteran leadership at a time when the Bears could use both. Even at 32 years old, he remains a highly productive force off the edge. Last season, Smith ranked 8th in the NFL in pressures, 67, tied for 8th in pressure percentage, and had an incredible 20.5% pressure rate on third downs, good for 4th in the league. He notched 9 sacks in total across stints with the Browns and Lions, proving he still has plenty left in the tank. Before listening to the latest news, subscribe to the channel, like it, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Let's move on to the new news. Adding Smith wouldn't just be about stats, it would be a statement. The Lions released him in a cost-cutting move, possibly hoping to bring him back at a lower rate. If Chicago steps in now, they can not only strengthen their defense, but also prevent a division rival from getting better. Imagine how sweet it would be for Bears fans to see Smith make game-changing plays against Detroit, the team that let him walk. Chicago's current depth behind Sweat and Odeyingbo includes names like Austin Booker, Dominique Robinson, and undrafted rookies. That's not enough for a team with postseason ambitions. Smith would add immediate value in a rotational role, especially on third downs, where his pressure rate is elite. From leadership to on-field impact, Smith checks every box. He has already stated he enjoys mentoring younger players, saying, "When I'm there, I feel like a leader. I can influence the young guys and just do great things." That's the type of presence every locker room needs. Let's get one thing straight. This isn't just about beefing up Chicago's pass rush. Signing Zadarius Smith would be a calculated strike against the Detroit Lions. While Detroit GM Brad Holmes has expressed interest in bringing Smith back, he made it clear that it would only happen at the right price. That leaves the door wide open for the Bears. Smith has publicly voiced his desire to return to Detroit, but money talks, and if Chicago can offer a fair, incentive-heavy deal, they could lure him away. Smith wants to feel valued, and Chicago can provide him not only with a competitive offer, but a significant role on a defense with playoff aspirations. NFL analyst Christopher Knox recently emphasized this point in a Bleacher Report article. He stated that Smith should be the top free agent target for Chicago GM Ryan Poles. Knox highlighted the Bears' lack of depth behind their starting edge rushers and made the case that Smith's experience and production would give the Bears an upper hand in tight matchups. It's also worth noting Smith's career numbers: 333 total tackles, 173 quarterback hits, and 69 sacks over 11 NFL seasons. That kind of resume doesn't just disappear overnight. Even if he's no longer the every-down star he once was, Smith's ability to change games in high-leverage moments remains intact. Imagine opposing offenses having to deal with Montez Sweat on one side, Dayo Odeyingbo on the other, and Smith rotating in with fresh legs on third down. That's a nightmare scenario for quarterbacks across the NFC. Chicago has the cap space to make it happen. And unlike Detroit, which seems hesitant to commit financial resources to a veteran, the Bears could close the deal with a contract in the $6 to $8 million range, perhaps with incentives that reward performance and playing time. That's the kind of savvy front office work Poles has been known for. As minicamp approaches and the roster starts to take shape, there's still time to make a big move. Signing Smith won't just fill a need, it will send a message to the rest of the league that the Bears are serious about competing now. Smith is available, motivated, and still productive. The only question is whether Chicago will seize the opportunity before someone else does. Zadarius Smith is the kind of veteran who makes your team better the moment he walks in the door. He's played for 5 teams, bringing a wealth of experience that can benefit a young Bears defense still finding its identity. And he's hungry, not just for sacks, but for respect. Let's take a closer look at how he performed last season. 9 sacks over 17 games, with 4 of those sacks coming after his mid-season trade to Detroit. He also logged 12 tackles and 1 pass deflection with the Lions. Solid numbers for a rotational player, especially one brought in mid-season. Now let's talk numbers and contracts. Smith isn't expected to command top-tier money like a Khalil Mack or Von Miller. Players like Leonard Floyd, 8.5 sacks, landed a 1-year, $10 million deal. Mack, with only 6 sacks last season, secured a 1-year, $18 million contract. Meanwhile, 36-year-old Cameron Jordan recently restructured his deal to 1 year at $6 million, with incentives up to $10 million. A deal like Jordan's is the blueprint. It protects the team, motivates the player, and gives both sides a chance to win. Chicago could easily offer Smith a similar incentive-laden deal, something like $5 million guaranteed, with escalators that reward sack totals and snap counts. It's low risk, high reward. And let's not underestimate the mental edge. Detroit may have let Smith go, thinking they could circle back and get him cheaper. If Chicago steps in and says, "We value you now," it sends a clear message to both the player and the division. The Bears aren't just rebuilding anymore, they're reloading. Smith joining Sweat and Odeyingbo on passing downs could elevate the defense into one of the most disruptive in the NFC. It also takes pressure off the secondary and allows the linebackers more freedom to operate. All the pieces start clicking. Camp is around the corner. The team is looking to build momentum and chemistry quickly. Signing a leader like Zadarius Smith could fast-track that process and plug one of the last remaining gaps on the roster. It's time to act. The opportunity is clear, the fit is obvious, and the timing is perfect. This is your daily home for all things Chicago Bears. Stay tuned, subscribe, and bear down.